Welcome to the programme. Today we're going to be working with mussels. I'm going to be doing two dishes. One is a classic marinara where the mussels will be steamed open in wine with lots of garlic and lots of fresh parsley. And the other one is a dish where the mussels will be served in a half shell with lots of roasted pepper, lots of aioli, very garlicky, and lots of fresh basil leaf. And as usual, I'll be joined in the kitchen by my three chefs, James, Fiona and Sue, and Susie Atkins will be coming along later to join us to let us know what drink we should be having with our mussels. But first I'm off to Foy to see how they gather and grow mussels. And to do that, I joined David Hancock, who farms and gathers mussels in the Foy estuary. So Dave, we've come across the river. What can we expect to find here?
This is where we store our wild mussel ready to be sold over the next week. It's just brought up the beach a little bit to harden it up, and it's easier for us to just access on any state of the tide, really.
So these are actually wild mussels. You've gone out on the rocks and picked them and just brought them back in shore?
Yeah, we've got beds further up the river here that we hand pick it. It's all hand picked stuff.
So a sack up here. These are great looking mussels, Dave.
Yeah.
God, they're all stuck together in one lump. What's happened to them?
Yeah,
Look
when we pick them off the beach, because they're all hand picked, they tend to biss up, which is they're just reattaching themselves
together.
Yeah.
I mean, these are a lovely size, Dave. They've got lovely shaped shells. What sort of variety of mussel is it?
This is a Mediterranean mussel. What you've actually got in your hand there now.
I mean, they feel really hefty. They must have a great meat content.
Good chunk of meat in there.
Oh, I love them just steamed open with a little bit of garlic, a few shallots, and it's lovely. But of course, they're great eating raw as well, aren't they?
Well,
you're not such a lover of things like that. No, I like them as well. I think they've got a really fresh taste to see. And when they're fresh like this, you know, I mean, why not? But they all do just come together. So how old are these things?
The mussel that you've got there, I expect, are probably 3 years old. It's quite a long process. We bring them in as really small seed. We harvest from one of the bays out around the corner, and we bring them back, just lay them on the beach in like strips, and we can go back to them and just pick away from them.
Pick them up and away they go. I mean, they're really, really stunning. You do another type of mussel, don't you?
Yeah, we do rope-grown mussel, which is what we're going to actually get into now, is the rope-grown side, because the demand for mussel at the minute, we just can't produce enough doing it with wild mussel.
So they're all the way along here, Dave, are they?
Yeah, we've managed to attach enough between the floats. There's floats all the way along the pontoon, and we've got them going across.
Can we pull one up and have a look?
Yeah, certainly.
Look at those.
This stuff's been in the water now. It was socked up, I think, in January, so it's been in about 8 months, 8 months.
Are they the same species as the wild mussel?
The Mediterranean that you looked at, but these are like the natural UK mussel, yeah.
I mean, even though they're farmed, they're still a wild product, aren't they? I mean, you know, they are suspended in the sea and they're feeding off the sea and, you know, full of, I mean, they're really, really lovely.
It just makes it that much more access to harvesting, because you can pull up.
Just pull them up?
Yeah, if you imagine when this rope is completed and we're ready to harvest, there's probably 20, 25 kilos of mussel on it.
What happens to them after they come out of here then, Dave?
The same thing, really. They go through the process of being graded and cleaned, and then they just go back in the tanks. They spend their 42-hour cycle through the tanks, bagged up and sold on.
Can we go and have a look at the tanks and see what happens to them after here?
Yeah.
So what's the first thing you have to do when they come out of the sea, Dave?
As they come back, we bring them back and they come into the plant and they're cleaned through the mixer that you saw outside. It's something that we adapted ourselves to do the job. Take off the barnacles, clean the mud, and just get them so presentable so we can put them in the tanks. And they come in here, they're graded through, all the small, or most of the small is picked out, and they're laid in these trays.
Now they're clean, aren't they?
Laid in the trays, and they stay in here for 42 hours.
And what are they actually doing in there?
Well, all it does is just purge anything that may be in the gut, and it kills any bacteria that they may have inside them, because the water is continually circulated through an ultraviolet light, and that kills any bacteria.
But these are the rope-grown ones, aren't they, Dave?
Yeah.
You can see that with
that's right.
And whereabouts are the wild ones? You have those in here as well?
Yeah, we've got another tank just over there.
So these are our wild mussels, Dave, are they?
Yeah, this is the same stuff as we saw when we were up the river earlier.
I mean,
You can see by the size of it how much larger they are.
you can see the difference. I mean, in the shell's got a different shape to it as well. It's sort of got a flatter back on it as well.
Yeah.
And they really feel quite weighty.
Yeah, and you see how much biss they put out just over a couple of days that they've been in the tank.
This is their beards, of course, which you have to remove just by giving them a tug before you cook them.
That's right.
And they're nice and clean. So these are going through the same process as the rope-grown ones, but have you got some kind of detergent in here in these ones?
No, this is just the protein that they're expelling while they're in the tanks, and because the water's being injected back into the tank again, it's just foaming it up.
So that's a good sign, really, when this is happening?
Yeah. When you come in and you see a tank that's not foamed up like that, you know there's something wrong with the process. Either we're not circulating the water properly, or there's something drastically wrong with the mussel.
And the wild mussels go into these tanks for the same amount of time as...
Yeah, they still do the 42-hour cycle.
So what's this guy over here doing?
They go through the process. Once the tank is drained down and the trays are tipped onto that grading table, and he puts them over the table just to pick out any dead, clean off any of this foam, any of the biss that might be left on them before they're actually dispatched.
So they're going out clean, ready for the table?
That's right.
Okay, we're ready to cook our first mussel dish now. What we're going to do is we're going to steam them open, serve them on the half shell, topped with some roasted peppers, some rich garlicky aioli, and some fresh chopped basil and a little lemon juice. And I mean, they're just superb. You know, sucking straight out of the shell with a glass of wine. Wow. So we'll get prepared first. James, I'd like you just to take the beards off the mussels. Okay. It's an easy job. These are the bits that they use to hang on to the rocks with.
Right.
So all you do is just hold on to them and just give them a little tug. They'll come off nice and easy. And if these mussels are pretty clean, but if there's any barnacles or anything on there, you just wash those under a cold tap as well. Right. So if you can get on with those, James, that'd be great.
What happens if some of the beards are left on, like if there was...
they make pretty, well, they're a bit kind of tough. They're not really good to eat, so we want them all out of the way. And just another tip as well, when you start cooking mussels, if any are open, just give them a tap. If they start to close, they're fine. If they don't close, then discard them. You must always cook mussels from live. And the other way around is when they are cooked in the pan, take them out. If any are still closed,
discard.
Discard. You got it. Fiona, I need some garlic first. I need it pasted.
Yeah, sure.
So what I'd like you to do is just, knife on top of it, give it a smash, sprinkle of salt, and get it down to a nice paste. And what we're going to do, Sue, is make our aioli. Right? Now the aioli, we need that garlic as soon as we can, Fiona, for it. So I'll get one going as well.
Can I do it my way?
No, I want it done my way, please. And what aioli is a very rich, it's from Provence, it's a very rich mayonnaise. So we're going to make it That's all right, keep going, just on top with the knife.
How many have you got left?
It's all right, keep going, keep going, keep going.
I'm going to cheat.
Nice and pasted, look at this, I mean.
Really, I'm going to cheat.
Good job it's not a race, isn't it? So there we go, so we've got our pasted garlic. I'm going to need a little bit more in a minute, so keep going. And then we need 2 egg yolks. So separate the eggs, make sure that we're at room temperature.
No? Just give it a good old
James,
whack.
you're going to have to give me a hand.
Shall I?
Yeah, could you?
White through the yolk.
Right.
Okay. I need those mussels, James.
Yeah, they're coming, they're coming.
Stuff those. Okay, so then what we've got is our eggs in there. It's something I think everyone's frightened of, is making mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise,
yeah. I've got some good olive oil there. I just want you to drizzle that in a very, that's it, just not so fast. Slowly, slowly, keep it going. Slowly, slowly. You see it starting, keep going. You see it's in a nice thin stream. You see it starting to create a nice thick emulsion. How's your mussels and garlic coming on, chefs?
Yeah, super. Yeah.
Good, so that's good. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on, keep going. Just keep whisking and whisking and whisking and whisking and whisking.
Some of them are quite difficult to get out, aren't they?
Just keep tugging on them, James.
How do you know how much olive oil to put
Just keep putting it until it's nice and thick and creamy and fluffy. Okay, keep going. You can work quite a bit of oil into those eggs.
Gosh, yeah.
Okay, that's it, done. And there you go, look, there's our aioli, guys.
Oh, wow.
Nice and thick, really garlicky. Left in the fridge for about half an hour. You've got a really sort of strong garlic flavour going through it, but that's it, all ready to go. Now what I need, James, is those mussels.
Yeah, I think they're all done.
Okay, brilliant. I'm just going to pop them on the stove, and I'm going to steam them open in some wine.
Okay.
So if I could have those.
There we are.
In with some wine first. Hot pan. Just let it boil for 30 seconds. You take all of that alcohol, that harshness out of it, and you can just waft your hand over it. Still a bit strong. There we are, ready to go. In with the mussels. Lid on top. 3 or 4 minutes and they'll be ready to go. So we've got all our ingredients together, which is the roasted peppers, Got some basil here, which I'm going to shred.
Why basil?
Yeah.
Basil's one of those Mediterranean herbs that works really well with tomatoes, with peppers. You know, they're quite sunny and summery, and also it's got quite a distinctive flavour. And what I'm going to do to chop it up, I want it in ribbons. This is what chefs call chiffonade. So I'm going to lay one leaf on top of the other. Okay, it's about 4 or 5 leaves there. I'm just going to roll them all together like that, and then taking the knife, just working from the end, just shred it like that.
That
letting the
saves a
knife
lot
do
of
the-
time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Saves an awful lot of time. It looks great when it's sprinkled over the top as well. So let's just have a look at what we've got. Let's talk about those roasted peppers. I mean, I pre-roasted those, obviously.
Yeah.
But what you do with roast peppers, you pop them in the oven, olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, sort of medium temperature really, sort of gas mark 4, 5. Take them out and put them in a plastic bag until they deflate. And the reason you do that is they then start cooking with their own heat that's inside them.
How long do you
And-
roast them? Until they're sort of brown or?
20 minutes. I mean,
20
you
minutes.
can just do them over a flame on a gas cooker or on a barbecue, and then take them out, peel them, and that's it, ready to go. So we're ready to assemble now. So these are our mussels. Let's just put the lid down. You can smell that lovely
Yeah,
smell.
lovely smell.
They're all open. I've got none in there that aren't opened. And this part of it is the beauty of fish cookery. We've got everything prepared. We can just put it all together straight away. So the first thing we're going to do, I like to serve things on a bed of salt. Obviously, if we just put the mussels on the plate, because we're going to serve them in the half shelf, they're going to rock around. So a little tip is bit of
Support.
bit of rock salt underneath.
That.
Good way of serving oysters as well. Just on a bed of salt, they sit there. So what I want you to do, you can all help me do this. It'll make it a bit quicker. Just break them off and put them in the half shell, so they're ready to go. Yeah, if they're a bit hot, perhaps you just want to leave them for a few minutes to cool. The empty shells can go back in there. I only want a few more than that. Keep the plate uncluttered and keep it clean. That's plenty.
All enough?
That's plenty. Then all we're going to do is we'll top them with our peppers, coloured peppers there.
Could you serve this as a canapé?
I always serve this as a canapé, James. It's
Perfect.
lovely with. It's lovely with.
And I suppose
just
cold, it wouldn't really
glass of
matter either, would it?
Cold, they're great, and you know that's when the aioli really does take over, and you get that lovely. Look how colourful it is again. It's that simplicity of colour,
Yeah.
which is nice. And they got the whole dish is that real sort of Mediterranean touch to it, which is lovely. I mean, every time I serve these, people really love them. They're great. Then on top of the aioli, which is just a spoonful on each one.
His colours look brilliant, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
But I mean-
You
Mediterranean.
didn't
Yes.
put any pepper or salt in that aioli, it's just purely...
just purely garlic. You can
Garlic.
season it with pepper and salt, but remember the mussels are fairly salty themselves.
Yeah.
So the flavours that I'm really looking for are sweet peppers, saltiness of the mussels, and the richness of the garlic and the aioli. So they can go in there. We've got one more to do there. And that's that. And then with our finely shredded basil just on top.
No.
Oh, that's great.
Just a
isn't it?
little,
That's nice.
little
Yeah,
pinch.
That would really
Really
impress my
effective.
friends.
Yeah,
And mine.
Yeah.
yeah, you just hand them around, with a glass of wine, and people just love sort of picking them up. And everyone gets a bit messy as well. And last of all, I always finish these up to freshen it with
Lemon.
just a little bit of lemon juice on each mussel. Just freshens it in there nicely with it. And that's it.
That's great.
That's
So they
really
can
nice.
just be picked up, ready to go. So again,
Yeah.
nice and simple, nice and fresh. The herbs, the fish, all speaking for themselves. And no fuss. Join me after the break when I'll be visiting Foy Hall to see what they do with mussels. And I'll be doing some more cooking as well. Foy has a great atmosphere, what with its busy harbour and its narrow alleyways and streets that are full of pubs and restaurants, all selling fish of course. But the restaurant I'm heading for is the Foy Hall, just up the hill from the town, to meet the restaurant's award-winning chef Tony Douce, to find out how he serves fish and in particular mussels. This is a perfect setting up here, Tony, overlooking the Foy estuary. And I can see that they're Dave's mussels. We were out with him this morning picking them up on the bed, and I mean they look really superb. What have you done with them?
Well, I've taken a bit of time to wash them to start with, because obviously mussels are quite beardy, quite gritty to start
So you
with.
just pull the beards off.
Pull the beards off, give them a little scrub with a green scourer, and then all we've done really, to be quite honest, is just put them in a really, really hot pan, nothing else in the pan at all. And then we've added some cider, a little bit of salt and pepper, some garlic butter, then we've added some sweet chilli sauce,
Great
and the
combination.
flavour comes right out. Finish with a bit of cream.
I mean, they're full of seawater anyway, aren't they? So all the sauce is just, full of that kind of nice fresh taste, and they look lovely. And I think what's great about these wild mussels is they're just, I mean, look at the meat in them. It's huge. I mean, it really is great. And you've got lots of nice little baby veg there. They come from the garden here, or?
I wish they did, to be quite honest, but they're just up the road, really, by some suppliers who do the veg.
So everything you're using is local produce completely?
It is, yeah.
It's so nice to see. It's so nice to see. I mean, the other thing we saw this morning was the oysters. And I mean, his oyster beds are, impressive. And he was saying there's, 60 or 70,000 oysters a year. And I tasted one straight from the tanks and they were lovely. But, for those people that don't like raw oysters, and when you can cook them, and I mean, look at this dish here, I've got 6 of them. I mean, what have you done with them?
We can, obviously. What we've done is we've got half a dozen oysters as you would normally order in a restaurant. And what I've done is I've cooked half of them. I've wrapped some in Parma ham. I've put a little bit of beer batter on one with a little bit of smoked salmon underneath. And then I've just done a sweet side of sabayon with a little bit of lumpfish roe just to finish it off. Just because obviously some people do not like eating what is in essence a live shellfish.
But when they're cooked, they take on a completely different kind of aspect. I mean, you've still got all that lovely flavour, but they're not so kind of raw, I suppose, or slimy as people might see them to be. But I mean, and what's this one with?
Just a bit of homemade pesto, with most of it being basil, but with a little bit of coriander there as well.
So it's got all that nice sort of zing, and I mean, just look at the size of them. I mean, they're, for a small shell, they're absolutely packed, aren't they?
They are a lovely, lovely oyster.
They have got all that freshness, which is great. I mean, we're just looking at shellfish and oysters, and you serve a lot of seafood here, and it must come locally. I mean, you're looking at it every day. What are the things you do, Tony?
Big favourite up here is sea bass. It's just round the corner outside the bay. Get some fantastic sea bass, some really, really large sea bass. Quite simply, bring the fish up to the hotel, get it scaled, get it gutted, and simply steam it. At the moment we're steaming it with some herb mash and some of these baby vegetables, which are a lovely accompaniment for it, and take the bones down to make a nice sauce with some halibut bones.
So you're just leaving everything simple and letting the...
As much as possible. I don't think you can complicate fish too much. You start complicating it, it becomes dry and you try and overcook it. You just keep it simple. Steamed, poached,
doesn't need
lightly grilled. It doesn't need hardly anything. I mean, these mussels were in the pan, 2 minutes, and look at them.
Well, they're lovely, aren't they? I like messing around with the mussel shells afterwards, making nice patterns. And of course, when you're eating them, you can use an empty shell as a
like the
pair
French
of
do.
tweezers as well, and just pick them out and eat them away you go. But I must say, this is just a perfect setting for eating seafood. Sun's out, you're overlooking the bay, the food is lovely and fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, really well run kitchen, Tony. It's gorgeous food.
Thank you.
That was a really lovely way they cook mussels at Foy Hall. He just steamed them open, had lots of chilli, lots of coriander, and you can add all sorts of things if you want to, basil, tomatoes, all the rest of it. I'm going to keep this plain and simple. It's a classic marinara, no cream, just going to let the mussels speak for themselves, all their juices, lots of garlic and lots of fresh parsley. Something you can be doing after work, and you, James, it really is. And when you're planning for this, you want to allow about 1.5 pounds of mussels per person. Nice big bowl, maybe a bowl of aioli on the side, and maybe a big chunk of bread for everyone to dunk in. But let's get started. So it just starts off with olive oil in the pan, and you want good olive oil because this olive oil is going to float on top of the wine, and it'll bring all the garlic and all the flavours right up to the top, which is lovely. Then I'm going to add some pasted garlic, and I just want swirl that around, make sure all of that oil is really well flavoured with the garlic, and then a good dry white, not your best Montrachet or anything, but a good dry wine, nothing too acidic, and again. Don't add too much. We want the sauce to be made up not from the wine but from the mussel juice. And again, let all the alcohol off of that.
Is it important to let the alcohol come out?
It is, otherwise what happens, James, you tend to get this very acidic, alcoholic sort of
right.
taste to everything.
So you just want the grape flavour then, really?
Yeah, you do. You just want the grape flavour mixed, a little bit winey. In with the mussels, give them a good shake, and they'll take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook, and that'll be it. Okay, so here they are ready. I've just been giving the pan a shake from time to time while they've been steaming open. And there they are, you can see they've all opened up, but just look at how much juice is in there.
It's a lot of juice, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it? So that's all that's needed now is good fresh parsley and lots of parsley. Lots and lots and lots of it. And what I like to do is to turn it over, make sure, before you serve, make sure all those mussels are well coated in the garlic and the parsley. And then straight into the bowl, they're all well coated with all that garlic and
don't they? Lovely size.
parsley. They're great mussels, aren't they? These are those wild ones that's from down at Foy.
Really?
Yeah, but these are delicious. I mean, just look at them, they're great. But I mean, instead of parsley, this way you can add your basil, your coriander, and don't flood them in juice. You just want enough at the bottom of each bowl so you can dunk a
Nice bit of bread.
Bread, yeah.
And
Well, that's mine. That's my favourite.
that's ready to go. And that's a proper size.
Mine too.
That's a proper sized helping, that is. I mean,
gorgeous.
that's really what you want. But Thai flavours work well as well, so you can steam them open in coconut oil with lemongrass, ginger, chilli, all those sorts of flavours. They really stand up well to it. Of course, when they open, you've got all those juices going in with the coconut milk as well, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Well, Susie, two very different mussel dishes, lots of garlic in both of them. Everybody loves a bowl of steaming mussels. I mean, what wine goes well with it? I mean, you know, is it easy to match?
Well, you know, the great classic combination for mussels is beer. So I've brought two things here, and one of them, as you'll see, is a beer. The other one is a wine. And we're going to look at them both, because for more mariniere, I actually think that I would prefer to drink a cold beer
With a
than,
big bowl of
than,
mussels.
than a
Yes.
white wine. If I was
Yes.
going to choose a wine, it would be a nice, crisp, dry white like a Muscadet. But
Right.
I thought we'd try Hoegaarden, which is a wheat beer from Belgium. Belgian's
Big
great
Belgian
at,
thing to eat
great
mussels
at
and
matching
frites and
mussels,
mayonnaise.
more frite, and a cold wheat
Right.
beer is an absolute
Oh, it's
classic.
cloudy.
And I think it goes really well. Yeah, cloudy beer, flavoured very subtly with coriander, lemon, that sort of thing.
They actually put that into the brew, do they?
They actually put that in. I've been to the factory and seen them do it, and I think this is incredibly thirst quenching, and it's very slightly sweet, and I think the sweetness goes with the succulence of the mussels.
Oh,
Is it strong?
isn't it?
Is it strong beer?
No, it's not particularly strong. It's sort of
Aromatic.
average, really. I think it's 5%. But very aromatic, very
Yeah.
soft and
Delicious,
sweet
yeah.
and
Soft,
lemony.
isn't it?
And I think that's a fantastic foil for the mussels. So that would be my choice of mariniere, not wine.
By the gallon.
It's very easy to drink a lot of this very quickly. It is not lemonade. So, but to go with the mussels with aioli, I was looking for something that would have a bit more fruit in a wine
It's
than
got the
just an
peppers in
ordinary.
there as well, which is quite
Exactly, there's a
sweet,
lot
isn't it?
going
Yes,
on.
yeah.
A very Mediterranean dish.
Yeah.
I've chosen an Italian risotto, Italian rosé, a lovely fruity young one again.
I love these
Year
rosés coming up.
2000, nice and youthful, loads of zesty fruit, really strawberryish this one I think. And I think that this stands up to those strong, robust flavours that you've come up with, Mitch, more than just an ordinary white wine. I think a rosé will give you a bit more oomph.
And again,
Bit
those
more
mussels are a
guts.
kind of lunchtime thing. You hand around in the garden. So
Very
you can drink
lunchtime
it
combination. This is
very
this
chilled
is
and very light.
yeah, this is a classic. Sit outside under the vine leaves,
it's
glass of frosty
Beautiful.
rosé.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's beautiful.
I never normally drink rosé, I must admit.
No, I'm
But
not a
this is
great
Do
converting
try,
it.
do try rosé when you're looking for a white, but with a bit more oomph. I must say at this
Really
point
nice.
It's
though,
delicious because it's really
Very
dry
good.
as well.
Yeah,
It's got lots
excellent.
of fruit, but it's really dry. It's superb.
yeah, I think you could probably choose one with a little bit of sweetness as well. But what you mustn't go for this time is red. Try and match any red wine with mussels, any way that you've done the mussels, and you'll find a horrible clash. There's something
Really?
about that shellfish and the tannins of red wine
Yeah.
that is
They work.
absolutely abominable. So go as far as rosé. Don't go any darker than
Darker
that.
than
No,
that.
red
So-
wines and
so-
mussels, absolute no.